tractors in the pine. Ooh, red tractors in the pine. Jack keeps yapping about my life like it knows my every move, but it never stacked a birch pile high or pulled a stuck rig loose. Long field flat and frozen, breath hangs wide in the air. I got belly under blankets and diesel in my prayer. Weather is the boss out here, not some screen, not some talking my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, but the weather is the boss. Red Massey hums at sunrise, tracks through slush and clay. Spruce line holds the hillside where the saw sings half the day. Skis lean by the back door, waiting on a clear blue spell. I read the clouds like scripture, more than any manual. Weather is the boss out here, not some screen, not some talking my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, but the weather is the boss. Frost, flood, hail, thaw, I just dance to what I'm dealt. Oh yeah, you can tell me what I should do, but this land decides itself. Weather is the boss out here, not some screen, not some talking my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, out on this finished cross. Yeah, yeah, the weather is the boss. Great dawn breath, coffee in a jar, frost on the shed roof, keys in my hand. Massey 35, waiting by the birch line. Old paint fading, still stops on command. Oh yeah, red tractors in the pines, working through the finished sky. From the barley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fire. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractor.
Good evening, guys. We did not start in the morning today because yeah, it's been raining. It's been raining a lot and all the time. Hello there, Marcus and Rambundo. Yeah, we can check I'm gonna try to mow some lawn, but it could be some troubles because it's rained a lot, but it's windy at least now. Yesterday we had 56 millimeters of rain, so yesterday this much, and now I see today at the farm here there's already 15 millimeters. Holy! That's like 70 millimeters in like 24 hours. That's a lot, that's a lot. But yeah, if the crops can kind of survive it and we don't have any like sitting water, it should be kind of good for the crops. We can check, like this ditch is full of water. You can check if there's not really any flooding, but there's a lot of water in the big ditches. Now you can see this one is almost full here. We can check this that's coming from the forest. Like some places here there's like puddles. Oh yeah, it's pretty high here. Like this is all full here also. And there's a lot of flow. We could check there where it flows more. I think there's a lot of flow here. You can't really see it here, but it's moving that way. And Alien Dwarf, thank you very much for the 22 months there. Yeah, we could check. We can see here in the corner. Like yesterday it was up, so there was water on the road here even. Now it's gone down a little bit now. And here in the corner there was like standing water, but it seems like there's no standing water now, so then it's probably better in the further in the fields, I think. But yeah, in the some more clay areas it might be a little bit too much in like a short period of time, but hopefully it survives. At least the crop is pretty big, so it should be able to like suck up a lot of moisture. Like here you can see there's some puddles, but there's always a puddle here if it rains even a little bit. Shit, it's too wet here. Can I go through here even? I don't got my watertight boots on. Just the work boots. But yeah, yesterday 56 meals in one day, that's a record. I asked my dad and he said it's never rained that much in one day. Maximum has been like once there was 50 millimeters in like a couple of hours, but there's never been that much in like one day. Yeah, it's not that high here actually, so there's not too much water coming from the forest anymore, which is good. And there's no like standing water in the field, so. But yeah, now you're gonna hear me say the things that have never ever been said on stream. I hope it's not gonna rain that much the next few days. If you have watched this stream for a longer time, you know I never say that in the summer. It's always good with more rain. Now it's a situation where it's not good with more rain. First time ever. Because yeah, we had, like this month we have had 100 millimeters of rain now. It's rained, I think the 1st of July it did not rain. But after that it's rained every day. And yesterday, yeah, 50 mils, and today 15 mils. And but yeah, I mean here the oats look good here. It's starting to, I think it's starting to like feel the seeds here soon. Or they're still probably empty. Now there's some liquids in there. So at least the plants, they have water now and stuff to start filling the seeds. And yeah, it looks good. I mean, you see that some thistles coming through, but it's not, at least so far, it doesn't look too bad. It's just a little bit everywhere. That's kind of fine. If you don't get that, like last year we had some places where it was like full of thistles, and that was not the best. Now it's just a little bit, you can see. But yeah, it looks okay, But yeah, maybe next time we can go and check further back there where it's more clay, see if there is any standing water there. I see the crop is like shorter there, but as long as it doesn't turn like yellow, then it's okay. But yeah, now we're gonna try to mow some lawns, which I don't know if that's a good idea even, because I'm really hoping this wind dries the grass out. Otherwise, it might not work that well. Yeah, now John can, if you go to the big ditches, there's like 2 meters of water there. They were almost like dry, and now it's like you can swim in basically any ditch now. A lot of water everywhere. But yeah, not really, as you can see, when there's like not many paved surfaces, there's not really like flooding. Even after 100 mils in like a few days, there's really no flooding. Everything is definitely soaked right now, but no flooding yet. But yeah, we don't want, if we would get another 50 now, then it could start to flood a little bit. And yeah, all the roofing projects are on hold until it does not rain. Then we can do the roofs. Don't really want to open up a roof when it's raining every day. And there is quite a bit of fuel. Put a little bit more. Rice mowing. Yep. I will try to start with this place that has the least amount of grass, and then when we go into the heavy stuff, then yeah, I don't know if it's gonna work today. We'll try. Because yeah, I was like last week I was thinking like, okay, I should probably mow the lawn. It was kind of tall. Then it started to rain, and now the last 5 days it's rained every day, so I have been like, yeah, tomorrow it's not gonna rain, let's mow the lawn. And then now today it's like, well, yeah, it's windy at least, so let's try to mow the lawn. Where do we have here? Fuel. The wind, I'm hoping the wind dries up the grass at least. The dirt's gonna be very wet, but if the grass dries up, then it should work. We'll see if it's gonna work. Yeah, it was someone had filled this up, it was almost full. It was already almost full. At least it's not hot, so that's good. That's good. Also, I want to get stuff mowed because yeah, you know, it should be now like every day almost warmer and maybe no rain, and then in the weekend it's gonna be again 27 degrees. So yeah, then I really don't want to mow anything. quite struggle. Not that much grass here. Standing water in the lawn here. Here it might be peak here. It's not that bad actually. Not that bad. Yeah, I did some math. So yesterday when it rained 56 millimeters, it's like 20 million liters on our fields. So that's quite a bit. Very wet. Oh shit, there's standing water. Oh boy. Let's try to not get wet feet. There was actual standing water there. Soon it's just water spraying out. Mowing water. Should also be some standing water. Yeah, there's also water there. There's standing water on the neighbor's field in the corner. Just a little bit, but still. might be the challenge here. Very wet. Seems to be mowing okay so far. Still flying out. And if it's not, when it's not flying out, then we're kind of plugged. hitting the blade. Same with that one. Same with that one. And also there could be more rain. Hopefully it's not gonna rain more today at least. Get this done. Like the top grass, the dirt is very wet, but it seems to be working so far. Drive a little bit like this so we don't really want to hit the rock with the blade. That one is kind of sticking out a little bit. easiest piece done. Probably do that next. And then behind there it's really long, and down there I believe it could be quite tall. We'll do a little bit more, then take a little break. Yeah, there was standing water there. See if there is in many more places. I don't know how we're gonna mow that. There's like standing water. Mow the water. Kind of spreading everywhere now when it's this good moisture levels. Grass is growing everywhere. some wet grass underneath. Might need to take a break and kind of clean it out. But as long as it throws out some, then it should be fine. But when it starts to plug and doesn't want to throw out, then we're in trouble. Sounds like it wants to plug up already. Yeah. Starts to collect the wet grass underneath. Oh boy. Yeah, we're plugged. This happens. When this happens, it's not good. Let's see if that's enough. When you start to have to do that too often, then it's not nice. Hopefully it's not just doing here where maybe the wind couldn't get to the grass, because otherwise it's going to be a big struggle over there. There's also some tall grass there. There's still some strawberries there. I think it's snack time here soon. wild strawberries. There's a lot right there. Wild strawberry time. There's a lot right here. I left this on purpose when I mowed earlier. Look at this. This looks like a strawberry. And it is, but it's like a wild strawberry. But this one is huge. For a wild strawberry, this is large. There's a lot of them. Look at this. There's a snack right here. Eat all of these, it's probably like 100 grams or something. Now they're definitely ripe. Also been harvesting like strawberries from the garden, but now when it's been this rainy, there's a lot of like moldy strawberries there that you can't eat anymore. But at least we can harvest some from there and some from right here. But yeah, there's a lot of wild strawberry this year. I found places like these in many places. And the best thing about these is this is not even planted. These are, as the name says, wild strawberries. So they came here on their own. Yummy, yummy. Pretty much taste like normal strawberries, but a little bit better, I would say. These have for sure not been fertilized or anything. A few more than we got though. Yummy. Oh, there's more here. One thing I also really need to go check is we need to go check the raspberry situation and the bilberry situation in the forest. I believe with these rains and the rains we got like 1 month ago, there could be a decent bit of berries in the forest also. We gotta go check that out. I haven't really been able to even go to the forest because yeah, it's been the last week now, it's been raining like every day. But yeah, we'll mow this other side. We could just go around the whole thing. All the stuff that's left now, we can do this all in like a one big loop if we want. Usually we're gonna probably split it in two because there's the irrigation hose there, but otherwise you could mow this whole piece in like one piece. Kind of goes around the farmhouse. There it's also really thick. And the wind, yeah, the wind has not dried up that much, so we'll see. We could check how much there is stuck underneath here. I believe there could be a decent bit here. Oh yeah, it's like here you can see there's quite a bit stuck here. But it does work so far. You can just try to take some weight off. Like this, all this grass adds weight when I'm pushing. Like this is a few kilos of grass right here. Okay, try to wipe off a little bit. Yummy, yummy, some silage for the animals. Spread this out here. Fertilizer back in the grass. But yeah, when it's dry it doesn't collect that much underneath there, so it's always better to mow when it's dry. But yeah, now it seems like it's never dry. So, and the lawn, like as you can see, I've been waiting, like it's probably like 2 months since I mowed this last, or at least not maybe 2 months, but it's at least like, I don't know, 3 weeks since I've last mowed this. So it's time to mow it for sure. Right there. Guess we should move that first. Oh yeah, I can mow like this and then we mow that side. I guess that works, as long as we don't cut the hose. Now let's go here before I forget this place. Gotta mow even this path out here. Mow the grass a bit on the side so you don't get like ticks when you walk through here just with shorts or something. Yeah, here we also got on this, like, I think it's like a rose bush or something. There's some disease here because you can see all the leaves have died all of a sudden. I don't know what hit this bush, but some sort of mold or something. All the leaves, there's a little bit that's alive, but all this looked like that part. So I don't know what happened here really. Some sort of leaf disease. Oh yeah, and we got these berries. The white ones are looking quite ready almost. Could start picking these berries soon also. It's a problem here where the grass is wet, and as soon as the wind is coming like from there. There's been no wind here, then it's immediately the grass is like very wet and it does not want to flow. It's better there, but it's really bad here. Some places where there hasn't been wind. But yeah, we'll just have to clean it if it plugs up, and hopefully it runs quite well. Again. The wind makes a big difference. No chance here. In the other places it's kind of been working. Here it's very wet. No chance of it flying out, it seems. But the wind is for sure helping, so hopefully this is the worst. And the rest works better maybe. Otherwise it's not gonna be fun to clean this out every 2 minutes. But yeah, the wind is pretty fast, so should help. Does not work when it's really wet. Here you can see how bad it is when it's really wet. Do a couple of meters and it's plugged. Nothing comes out. Hopefully this is dry enough here. There is wind. But yeah, small thing. Big difference. Oops. And there is already like a little tweak there. The thing that sticks out to the side is already lifted up. Originally this was like much more down. Then it used to plug even a lot easier. So it's already kind of been modified. Been modified to work better, but it's tough when it's wet. It seems like here where there's been wind, it seems like it's a little bit drier. It seems to be making a big difference. it's not. Now we're plugged again. It's unplugging itself. Might be a little bit of a fight here today. Get it going again. Yeah, it's right on the border there, in the weather places. Less windy places. Oh yeah, we did here already. Hopefully it doesn't start to rain again. Cloud looks pretty bad over there. But yeah, it should not rain anymore today. Sounds like it's plugging up again. Not much grass falling out. Sometimes you can do this. Get it loose. You don't want to stick your fingers in there when it's running. Yeah, we're plugged again. This might be a struggle today, guys. This might be a struggle. I wonder if I should wait until tomorrow, but yeah, tomorrow is going to be kind of similar today again. Then the lawn will be again longer. It's kind of working. It's just this worst part when it's really thick and wet, and it kind of starts to build up there and plugs up. Yeah, hopefully it works okay. Clover is really thick also, that kind of keeps the moisture in, I think, pretty good. These lighter patches, it's fine. No issues here. Here, this is bad. Tick, tick, tick. Really wants to start building up there. Here's also massive clover. It's so long it doesn't even cut it very cleanly. And it also blocks. Not nice. I didn't think we were gonna have this problem with lawns. It's kind of a good problem though. Because it usually means it's growing well. When the grass is growing also well. Probably growing well in the fields. For the most part it works. It's gonna be around here, it's gonna be a struggle, and then possibly down there. We need a exhaust pipe scraper. So damn tall here. So tall it doesn't want to cut it either. Clover is very, very getting better all the time because it's not raining more now, so it's kind of drying all the time, but it's rained so much that the ground kind of lets up some moisture all the time, so we'll get it. It'll take a little extra time maybe. Clearly see where we have mowed today. That's not an issue. Very clearly visible. Yeah, this is bad, this big clover stuff. It's very, very bad. Very, very bad. There's a little bit here, and it should be better there already and over there. It starts to build up on the backside here. And yeah, this is modified, like this pipe wasn't here originally. Keeps this one higher up. That helps a little bit. Before, when this was not here, then this was like almost like 45 degrees down, then it plugged like even with dry grass almost. So it's already like letting out stuff easier. But still, wet grass is wet grass. It's also tall. Too tall. sun is coming out. That's good. Starts to build up here and then it doesn't wanna, even if you shake it like that, sometimes you get it to like fall off, but most of the time you just need to dig it out. A new plug there, I sometimes you can ride a little bumpy, then you can get it cleared out. Jesus Christ. You need to flip it up, dig it out completely here. It's filled, all this you can see here. It's nice and full everywhere here. Jesus. You should really not put your hand here even, you should have like a tool in case it somehow would start on its own. But yeah, that's like 5 kilos of grass removed. Probably gonna work for a little bit better now. I can see this wet grass everywhere. Stuff works, but I guess it's better in the middle here already. Didn't have too much of the bad stuff left. not hot. That's really nice. It's always hot when you mow the lawn. Now it's actually really nice weather. Temp is really nice. Just a little bit less moisture in the grass and it would be perfect. Hopefully you can pull it and then roll the rest close to the wall there. Even the hose has grown into the grass. Englishman. I don't know if this is called it in English. Here we call it like Englishman if it does this. Or like in Swedish, Engelsman. Don't know why it's called that, but oh yeah, let's put this. That should be good enough. Or we can mow the rest. Let's take a little break in between. Then we got the last bit. Shouldn't be too bad here. Could be quite thick there and at the other end, but hopefully it's okay. Close to the oats, it might also be like kind of long. But yeah, it is. You can definitely see that this was spring plowed. Usually if you get 50 mils of rain, then there's standing water right here because it's kind of like bad soil and heavy clay. But now when it was spring plowed, even that rain is not standing anywhere, it's just soaked into the ground. Is that good? That's good. Wait for the follows there. But yeah, oats looking generally pretty good. There's a couple of patches of quick grass or twitch grass there, but some thistles. But if there's not gonna pop too many more through than that, then it should be okay-ish. Farming simulator, yep. So from now on it should be good. Yeah, now there's not, it should be this moisture that we have now. It's probably almost good enough to get the crop ready now. I mean, there might be like after, like if it doesn't rain at all now, then maybe after 1.5 weeks it could still be good to get some, but yeah, right now it's very, very saturated, very wet. So yeah, the rain, not like too little rain should not be an issue from now on. I mean, especially this field it was uneven in the beginning, means it's gonna be like, you can see it's kind of uneven now, so it's not gonna be huge yields, but at least from this point forward now it should be good. Hopefully it fills all these seeds. Like they're just shells right now, but in here there should be, in a while when you squeeze this, there should be like, you should feel the seed. Now it's just like shells. It's still like empty inside. But in the next 3 weeks it should feel all the seeds. Hello there, orange green. But yeah, this is again, I'm showing like the worst part. This is literally the worst part of this field here. So everywhere else it's much better there. Yeah, over there it's maybe, each plant has maybe 10 seeds, so that's really bad. But in the good spots I've seen, I counted one that had like 25 seeds like per plant. Like this one plant, this grew from 1 seed. So this one doesn't have that many, maybe 15. Ideally you want to see 20 to 30, then it's decent. Has the soil handled the water, or is there giant puddles? No puddles in the fields. So it's the dirt has sucked all the water up. Thank God. There might be some spots where the soil is like heavy clay. Back there close to the forest there might be some puddles, but as long as the puddles get sucked up in like 2 days, if it's more than 3 days of standing water, then the crop can die. But I don't see any standing water here, so I should go take a look back there. Maybe tomorrow we can go see there, or someday. But yeah, we don't want more rain now. If we would get another dump of like 50 mil now, then it would probably start hurting the plants. I think still this is okay. But yeah, now it's good. At least 1 week now we don't want rain. For once. First time ever saying that. We do not want more rain right now. Can pull up a few thistles here while we're taking a break. But yeah, now we can see the soil. Even deep down it's all wet now. Really wet. Soaked. Soaked. But yeah, in general our soils here, like the good places, that soil, it handles a lot of rain pretty good. So it's usually not an issue that we have too much rain. Way more often the issue is not enough rain. But yeah, this month so far, it could be like some sort of record month. It's already 100 millimeters now this month. And usually we get, we don't even get the 100 millimeters per month usually here. So yeah, a lot of rain the last 5 days, 6 days. And yeah, hopefully it doesn't rain more now. I still want to mow this lawn. It's kind of wet. Kind of wet. But yeah, it was almost, the big ditches there, they were almost like completely full of water. But now today it's already gone down, the level has already gone down. And it has still rained 15 millimeters today also, so. Yeah, in May it couldn't rain, like, it never rained more than like under 10 millimeters per day for like over a month and a half, and now we've gotten like 100 meals in 5 days. It would be close to perfect if you would take like 40 meals from this month now, move that over to May. Then the crops would look even better, because then it would be good start, good middle part, and now good end. It seems like we're getting decent middle part, good end, bad beginning this year. So I mean that's probably quite close to like average year. So maybe this is for the first time in 10 years like an average year, weather-wise at least. We've had many bad years, many dry years. Much here also, not surprising. Yeah, just today there is again 15 millimeters. Yesterday there was like almost 50. Or there was 56 yesterday. Crazy. Man, it's thick here. How the hell did it grow to this length here? Yeah, this is... Maybe I mowed more like that last time. Maybe I'm going like further this way. Standing water. Yeah, look at that, there's standing water, but I don't see, here it's kind of borderline, there's almost a puddle. But it was worse yesterday, so it did suck it in. But it is pretty wet. This first pass is horrible when grass can't fly out. standing water. Should almost have my watertight boots on. Almost that wet. Plugging up. Yeah, it might be a little struggle there, but should be better from here on. When the grass is really thick, it's kind of a struggle. Sun is trying to come out, I think. Would probably help a little bit. Dry things up. Plastic trash. wonder if last time if I mowed only to there. Seems like it's extra thick here. But now we have so little left that I'm gonna leave this tomorrow, because then tomorrow it might rain again all day. The grass gets even longer. And it looks like, I don't know if I've mowed this ever. Seems very tall there in that spot. Tough here. So extra. Loader service. Yeah, it's a little bit tough. The mowing is a little bit tough now because the grass is a little wet. Normally it goes a little bit easier. But yeah, it's rained about 10 times today, so the grass is still kind of wet. Here where it's not that thick, here it works fine. Yeah, without the wind there would have been zero chance of doing anything. because it barely works now. So without the wind, no chance. Absolutely no chance. Plugged up, so try to shake it out. Sticky grass. Sticky stuff. Pressing now here accidentally. Do not go there. I should have my lock screen thing again on. But yeah, we don't have that much left now. Maybe like, I don't know, 20 minutes. Shouldn't be too bad. Sure, it's gonna look a lot better. It's been too long since I mowed last time. In some places the new grass is like 20 centimeters. Oh man. the last of the really thick stuff. Pretty beautiful now. It's very green. Everything is very green now with a lot of rain. Very green. Left up here. Finish this up here first. Then we only have the one place left there. The bushes here. there's a lot of the wild strawberry. Even here it tries to grow. Gonna see next year if we leave it untouched so we get some more wild strawberries. Now it's blocked. Here it's also trying to push uphill, so doesn't help. Go between the trees, not against the trees. This is done. Then we only have a little bit left here on the other side. That cloud looks really dark. It seems like it's not raining more anymore, so that's good. But yeah, that looks dark. Hopefully no lightning. Only this bit left here. Hasn't plugged up in a while now, so that's nice. Guess it's a little bit not so thick here, or maybe the wind has blown through this more. Here it's still very close. Very close to plugging, I think. There, it's almost plugged, I think. Some grass out of it. Otherwise it pulls kind of heavy when it's just all the grass is just spinning around there. Nothing is flying out. The sun is coming out. Tank seems to be enough also. It was pulling pretty heavy today because a lot of tall wet grass, but it seems like we're getting through it with one tank of gas. maybe a little bit where the pallets are, but once we move them out of there, then we can mow the last little bit there. But yeah, now it's good weather. It's good that it's windy and like this. And yeah, we don't want more rain because it's, I guess the crop is still all green, so it's not that bad. But if it's like very moist for a very long time, then you can get all kinds of like molds and like more disease in the crop. So it's good that it's windy, and it's good that at the end of this week it's gonna be again hot and dry. It's good now when we have a lot of moisture. Then it's gonna like dry out the crop. And yeah, it's gonna take a while before it dries out this soil because it's soaked. The soil is soaked right now. But yeah, we got the lawn mowed. It was a little bit not ideal when it's this wet, but yeah, tomorrow there might be some small showers, and I got a bunch of other things I want to do also, so at least it's mowed now. Now we should clean the mower underneath. I'm sure there's like 5 kilos of grass stuck there. The mower feels like way heavy when you push it, so I know there's gonna be probably quite a bit of like grass stuck there. Now we can use like a proper tool to clean it. You shouldn't really push your fingers in there in case it somehow fires up. Yeah, who has used this tool? Who has used this to bang on rocks? It's all bent at the end here. Well, I guess it works, it's fine. Yeah, when it's very, very hot, I would say it's still worse. Now we had to shut off for a few times, but it was still, like, I'm not even sweaty now at all, so for the guy mowing, this was very good weather. Just a little bit tough on the mower, I guess. But yeah, look at this grass stuck everywhere. There's gonna be quite a bit here. Quite a bit stuck here. There's like a grass, it's almost like a grass cake underneath. Look at this, how much grass there's stuck. Spark plug connection, disconnect best with friend. Yeah, you could do that. But I'm gonna use just the tool here, so it should be fine. But yeah, if you disconnect spark plug, then it should really not be able to do anything. And it shouldn't really be able to do anything now either, but I mean, it only needs to go wrong one time, then you might lose a finger, some fingers or a hand. Yeah, now it's mostly clean. Removed like literally 5 kilos of grass. Now it's pretty clean. A lot less weight for next time. Also, tip to self: don't let the grass get this long next time. Mow it earlier. Then it would have gone also easier. Yeah, let's spread this out. It will dry up pretty fast and then just disappear. It's just grass. Put this in the barn. Yes. Then we could go up there and check how much water there is in the big ditch. I'm sure there is quite a bit. go check. I can show how high it was yesterday. Yesterday evening it was probably higher than what it is right now. But it might still be quite high today. And then we could go back there, but I don't really have the... Well, we could maybe go there. If the grass is wet there, there's like tall grass. It's not the best to walk with these. I should have my waterproof boots on. I mean, it's still pretty high here. Like yesterday it was up to here. So it's maybe like 15 centimeters lower. And there's also in this water here, there's this like green, something green growing on the surface. It's all green here. Here it's more clean when there's more water coming from the forest. This water looks way cleaner. So there's some puddles here in some spots. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't rain too much in the next days now. So it can start drying up, start growing or continue growing. There's gonna be some thistles for sure, but the oats have grown pretty well already, so shouldn't be too much of an issue. I wonder how one of those robo mowers would fare on the farm. I'm sure they would work. I've looked up like many of them like on YouTube. I'm sure they would work, and once that mower like once the engine is like wore out or it blows up some other way, then the next mower we get will most surely be like a robo mower. I'm sure they're like a little bit better ones. I'm sure they could mow the lawn pretty well. It's pretty even in most parts. I mean, there's no like, it's quite steep in some parts, but it's quite flat, so, and quite even, so it should work. But yeah, the biggest issue is that they're pretty expensive. I think one that could mow all that is like, it's definitely over €1,000, I think. So they're quite expensive. Yeah, this looks good here. Here the soil is better, and as you can see, there's more thistles here also. But that's okay. That's what it's gonna be. Do the away fields look similar to this? I think they're pretty similar. I haven't been there, but it should be pretty similar. Would be nice to keep the headlands clean without thinking about it. Yeah, I mean here, but this we can also, this we mowed. I think this has been mowed once with the tractor and like the old tractor, the 35 and the sickle bar mower. So this one we can mow with the tractor, and then it's basically only around the house that I mow a little bit, or the rest we can mow with the tractor. So yeah, but yeah, robo mower could definitely do the stuff around the house also. But yeah, now it's really soaked, so there's probably gonna be actually some like fertilizer left, because the organic fertilizer, it's like it doesn't immediately like get all used. Like if you have conventional fertilizer, if it rains on it once, then it basically dissolves and then the plant can use everything. But the one thing that's kind of better with the organic fertilizer, it gives out the energy on a little bit like longer period of time. So I'm hoping when it rains a lot now, I'm hoping there's some fertilizer left, and then that will now help the seeds get big. So hopefully all these seeds inside here that are still empty, hopefully these will get filled now, so like the plant has good energy. But I mean the oats, it looks good both there and here, like it's pretty dark green. Like the leaves, you can see they're pretty dark. So at least it looks like they have nitrogen. And I don't see like much disease. So that's nice. There might be some now after all these rains. But if I look down here, like all the leaves down here, you can see these are all healthy here. There's very few like yellow leaves down here. It's usually if you get disease you start to see it down here on these leaves first. But it all looks pretty, it looks pretty dark green and good so far. And here it's again, here it's good soil. So here this is a good spot here. And it's pretty tall also, it's like, it's up to my waist already. Might grow a little bit taller still. So I mean, this right here, I mean, this is a good spot, but this is good here. I'm pretty happy with this so far. There might even be a risk of the crops going like flat. If it rained good now, if it just before it starts to turn yellow, then if you get like a heavy rain, then the crop could actually be so heavy that it goes like flat. But I'm hoping it stays upright. But yeah, this is good, and this is also pretty good here. Some more thistles here in the fall plow stuff, but other than the thistles, it looks pretty good. Here's a John guy, random walker coming. Yep, Sampo has to work hard this year. Yeah, it seems like we need to use the lawn, not the lawnmower. We have to use the combine actually this year. It's always some years like, do we even need the combine? Yeah, now the soil is definitely. It doesn't even seem here where it's good dirt. It doesn't seem that wet actually. Like it's wet, but it's fine.
Over like 100 fields now.
But this is again good soil on the clay parts. We'll see how it fares on the clay parts. But yeah, this looked horrible in the spring. Thank God we got some rain in June and now in July, because this, after seeding, this looked terrible here, especially on the hills. But yeah, it's still very high here, the water. Like here it's almost up on the field. And it's not gone down that much. It's almost up on the field there. Yeah, yesterday it was, yeah, it's pretty much the same here. It might be like 5 centimeters lower, 10 maybe. It's a little lower than yesterday, but not much. As you can see, there is some flow, you can't really see it, but this was almost dry to the bottom, and now it's like 2 meters higher here. And this only collects water from like the neighbor over there and like this field. And from that, like this much water, and it's constantly flowing here. So yeah, some pretty heavy rains. Then we're gonna see these. We might need to mow this soon. Once it dries up now, it might be a good time. It's pretty tall now. It's almost. If there's weeds coming up, then we might need to mow it. A lot of white clover here this year. I don't see so much red clover. It might have died over winter, but a lot of white clover and this like other grass. Some timothy, a lot of this. What's this ryegrass now?
Italian ryegrass.
Italian ryegrass, yeah. But yeah, it's good now. I should go and look. I should go up there and even where the barn is, and then look if there's like thistles. Here you see thistles. Before the thistles start to head out, then it's good time to mow. These are not heading out yet. But yeah, I think once this dries up, maybe next week we can maybe mow the grass. It should grow like crazy now. It's got a lot of water. Might be time for second mowing here soon.
Yeah, and then like third.
This year it's gonna be 3 mows for sure. It's growing so well now. It's for sure gonna be 3 mowings. 3 mowings this year. John, why walk and no ditch swim? Yeah, John you can swim here now.
Yeah.
Swim back and forth in the
No,
ditch.
I swim like very well there.
Oh man. Yeah, there's like literally 2 meters of water. If I would go stand in the middle there, the water would be up to the face. Like it's pretty deep here actually.
Yeah.
Maybe looks like there's only a little bit of water, but if I would have like a long stick, would it make sense to trench the top layer of the ditch to spread over the clay spots? Trench the top layer of the ditch to spread over the clay spots. Do you mean like take some dirt from here and put it on the clay parts? I don't think it's like you have to move like a lot of dirt. But yeah, we can try to, if I can get this plant here, then we could see how deep it is here. I can't grab it and I don't want to fall in. I'm gonna grab that one from there.
When they like eat the heat,
Yeah, but when they dug this like back in the day, all the dirt from here was spread out on the field. This one is pretty big plant. I'm gonna try to push this down. Then this is pretty much 2 meters. So let's see if we can reach the bottom with this one. Here's some red clover. At the edge there's red clover. Let's see if we can push it. Here's like the middle of the ditch. I don't want to fall in here though. Let's see if we can push it down. There's a lot of water flow here actually. Yeah, it just goes down. It's not at the bottom yet.
there's probably like 2 meters.
There's probably, now you see that there's a lot of water flow. Like the water is moving quite fast. Like moving the silt in ancient time. Yeah, like this was dug, I think it's like 15 years ago now. 10 to 15 years ago. Then this was dug again. And then they put the like mud here, then we spread it out on the field. But it's like when they dug it again, it was not that much. Like we maybe pulled it out from the ditch maybe like 20 meters in, and it's just a tiny layer. But yeah, it's okay stuff, but the clay at the bottom, it's not good soil on the field, so it's not really the same thing. But yeah, there's a lot of water there.
Maybe like the top layer would be good, but then you dig a bit more, then
Yeah.
comes
The area here, it's like on the fields there's like good soil, like about, it depends, somewhere more or less, but maybe this much of good soil, and then underneath it's like this heavy clay, like almost like blue clay, and the same stuff is deeper down here also. So especially when they dug it the first time, like they spread out the kind of bad soil on the fields. And you can still feel like the one field over there, it's still really bad there because there's so much of that heavy clay that when they dug these big ditches. But now when you clean them again, of course it's only just like a little bit of dirt. It's not much dirt.
That's better too.
But yeah, when they dig these, we do like just spread the dirt out on the field. Like it's the simplest way to do it that way. Like you could put it away somewhere, but it's simplest to just try to drag it out on the field. Erosion at these flat fields should be no problem. No, it's like no surface erosion pretty much, because the fields are really, it's almost like exactly flat. And you can see, of course, the water that's flowing, you can see it's got some dirt in it, like it's not clear water, but there's a lot of plants in there, so it's kind of good that it flows slower. Then the sediment has time to like settle. If it would flow really fast, then it would take more nutrients and stuff and take them out to the lake. Now it's flowing a little bit slower, so it's kind of better. But yeah, there's a little bit of dirt coming. I think it's mostly, like here you can see the water that comes from the forest over there. It's like a different color, it's way darker. And then this stuff that comes from the pipes underneath the field, it's like more clay colored. Like you can see here,
Yeah.
when it connects, like way too, that's like almost clear but kind of dark colored when it comes from the forest. And this is like from the fields mostly.
Like piping.
The like field drainage or
Drains, yeah,
whatever you call it.
brings like silt with it.
Yeah, it brings out a little bit of dirt always. There's like some dirt mixed in the soil. But yeah, that's from that comes straight from the like forest, so
Yeah, this is like
it's a little bit different color.
clear. You can see that clear there, yeah, the line.
So yeah, even if the ditch, it might look like there's like a lot of plants and this should all be removed, it's kind of fine. Like the water flows fast enough, so it's fine. But there you can see that the movement when the two waters connect. There you can see it's flowing like this way. There's like a pipe underneath here, big pipe. But yeah, water level is very high. But it should now, if it doesn't rain too much more than a couple of days, it should be a lot lower. But yeah, no lack of water now, that's for sure. It's gonna be interesting to see how it's gonna yield, because the start was kinda, well, on this field the start was kinda, it was good. Here the start was like borderline horrible, but now it looks okay, I would say.
A bit slow, not the horrible start, but a bit slower start.
On the hills especially.
There's a lot of like
on the hills. Like here it was pretty good in the best parts. You can see here where it's really tall. Like this looks good here. There's some good heads here.
not too many weeds.
Now like this one has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This has like over 20 seeds. So this is like good. If it all looks like this, then it's pretty good. Some smaller in there that probably start to grow later because it kinda germinated unevenly. So yeah, you can see here some smaller that this one is just coming out. Here's one that hasn't come out yet. So we'll have to wait. This will be pretty uneven. Like this is finished, and then you get these plants that are like 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later. But it's fine, because I think this field will be more even. So we can do this first and then we'll do this probably last, or the big field. Now we just need a robot to go and pull the thistles out.
Some thistle here, but not too bad.
Nah, there's always gonna be some.
The fall cloud
Yeah.
has a bit more.
It's interesting how it's usually like where the headland is, there's less thistles. You can see here pretty clear the headland is somewhere here. The headland has less thistles, and as soon as like it's the normal, there's more. Maybe you turn around with the harrow more, then it's like less here, and then there's more here where you plowed. It's weird. I've seen it a couple of years. I wonder what it could be. Is it only that when you harrow you do more at the headland when you turn around?
Maybe yeah, when you turn.
Then it cuts the starts of the thistles maybe more.
Maybe like a bit more there.
But yeah, gonna be some thistles, but it's what it is. Looks still fine. Yeah, now just some sun and not too much more rain, and then we should be good. I mean, here on the hill here it's even more uneven, but it's definitely recovered a lot since, like, after 1 month after seeding, this looked like here was nothing. Now it's still pretty good. It's later here for sure, and a little bit shorter, but it's gonna be okay here even. But yeah, the hills are always worse here. Clay hills, then it's better on the low parts. Same here, it's like the hill continues here, but here it's like more even. It's not that much worse here, where the hill is a little bit, but not too much. Looks okay. Maybe these peas or these oats are slightly darker green. Like here we had the peas last year, and the peas grew well. So there's a lot of nitrogen here because we put no fertilizer here this year, but it's still pretty dark. So the peas grew well last year. That was the fertilizer for this year's crop. And it seems, if I just look at the color, here we put some fertilizer, but color wise they look pretty much the same now. But yeah, now it just needs to grow for when do we start to harvest? Probably still like month and a half out. Yeah, probably closer to like 120 days, 6. Yeah, it's at the end of next month is probably when we can start harvest maybe.
Yeah.
It's usually like 4 months from seeding. Then you can start harvesting. Plus minus 2-3 weeks. So it's still got a long way to go, but yeah, this month rain is okay, and then next month, then we don't need rain anymore. Then just
Maybe
dry.
It's rained so much now that maybe like end of like next month earliest. It's like
Yeah, it's still growing now. When it starts to turn yellow, then it's usually 1 month still. When it starts to turn yellow, and this is still all full green, not turning yellow yet.
kind of get the diesels maybe to like
Crop disease. Now the thistles are gonna start to bloom soon, yellow like that, and then they you can't wait that long. They usually they're there. Unfortunately, when you harvest.
yeah. But if it's like if it's
Yeah, if it really
then maybe
blooms, then it a little bit gets thrown out from the combine. Yeah.
yeah, over the combine mark.
So it's a little bit better. But yeah, that's probably gonna be it. Just a shorter stream today. Then tomorrow, we'll see if it doesn't rain tomorrow. Then we can start maybe on the roofs tomorrow. We've kind of been waiting for that. We could have started earlier, but it was just raining every day now. So
Pretty happy here. Yeah, with there's a bit more diesel, but here.
it's always where the soil is good, then the normal crop grows good, but also the thistles grow a little bit.
This is not bad at all.
You can see back there where the soil is bad, there's no thistles also.
Yeah, we're using like pretty low fertilizer amount so that the weeds don't like grow too much.
No. But yeah, that's probably gonna be it for today. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we will be back, if it doesn't rain, then tomorrow. See you guys next time.
Great dawn bread, coffee in a jar, frost on the shed roof, keys in my hand. Massey 35, waiting by the birch line. Old paint fading, still stops on command. Oh yeah, red tractors in the pines, working through the finished sky. From the barley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fine. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractors in the pine. Rain dust dancing, sun breaks the fall. Black soil turning under steel and slaw. 165 homes through the low wet ground. 399 holes as the swans swing around. Red tractors in the pine, working through the finished sky. red tractors in the pines, working through the finished sky, from the valley to the ride, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fine. 645 at the front of the line. Red tractors in the pine. Red tractors in the pine. Jack keeps yapping about my life like it knows my every move, but it never stacked up birch pile high or pulled a stuck rig loose. Long field flat and frozen, breath hangs wide in the air. I got belly under blankets and diesel in my prayer. Weather is the boss out here, not some screen, not some talking my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, but the weather is the boss. Red Massey hums at sunrise, tracks through slush and clay. Spruce line holds the hillside where the saw sings half the day. Skis lean by the back door, waiting on a clear blue spell. I read the clouds like scripture, more than any manual. The weather is the boss out here, not some screen, not some talking my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, but the weather is the boss. Frost, flood, hail, thaw, I just dance to what I'm dealt. Oh yeah, you can tell me what I should do, but this land decides itself. Weather is the boss out here, not some screen, not some talking my ear. From the grain to the gray